Our third speaker is Wade Johnson. We'll be working on Pathways Level 1, project number 4. Research and present. That's the purpose of the speech. And the title of the speech is Learning Language Later in Life. Wade has been trying to learn Chinese for 10 years, and hopefully his experience that he will share tonight with us will save us time and money. Let's welcome Wade Johnson.
Hi.
5 to 7 minutes, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. I'm in my mid-40s. It's my birthday. You all know that now. And I'm married. And just have a new baby boy. Mother-in-law's in town. Joy, joy. And I'm the odd man out for the simple reason that I don't speak Chinese. Now, it's yet to be seen whether or not my son's first words are going to be in Chinese or in English. But statistically speaking, I know where this is headed. Now, I hope that my past decade of trying to learn Chinese will save you all, if you're trying to learn another language, time, money, and effort. Learning a language is a lifelong affair. We know this. So any of those learn a language quick schemes or 30 minutes in your car, they're marketing gimmicks. Toss them aside. Being a lifelong learner of languages will bring me to my first point, which is if you want to learn another language, you have to commit yourself. And if you take one thing and one thing only away from this topic tonight, commit. You have to commit. You have to put in the hours. There's no way around it. Now, most of us had to do some type of language in college or in high school. I did Spanish. Growing up in Texas and then now Southern California, I only wish I would have kept up with it a bit more. But I know a few basic key phrases I might be able to get around if I was plopped in the countries that are Spanish speaking. But I'm far from fluent. I didn't make the switch over to Chinese until 2006 when I met my wife while I was working for a Chinese company. And since then, I have tried pretty much every program out there. Pimsleur, Fluence, Rosetta Stone, and then now with mobile apps, they're right there on your phone. HelloTalk and Lingodeer are a couple of my favorites. But as with life, these things are as good as what you put into it on what you get out of it. That being said, what they don't tell you before you fork over a bunch of money and time towards this is that the failure rate on these things are extremely high. Now, the University of Maryland did a study and found out that the tested Rosetta Stone users that were studied, only 6% did more than 100 hours. Now, I don't know about you, but 100 hours isn't going to cut it to learn a new language. And again, this is a lifelong affair. Which brings me to my second topic, which is a daily touch point. You have to look at this constantly. So 30, 45 minutes a day. And if you can take that 30, 45 minute session and break it up into morning, noon, and night, even better. Research has shown that repetition strengthens and confirms. Now, if you have a coworker or colleague that speaks the language in which you're trying to learn, get with them, sit with them, tell them your plan, and only speak to them in that language. Commit yourself. Right? Brings me to my third point. You suck. Your grammar sucks. Your pronunciation sucks. You can't remember anything. But it's okay. You have to play the new role, right? You're going to be learning a new language, and it's going to be a long process. It's going to take weeks, months, and in my cases, years before you become any level of proficiency in that language. Now, one thing that I can answer for you is that if you're thinking about learning a new language, you need to do, let me ask you this question. There's only 24 hours in a day. You have life, you have wife, you have kids, you have everything else going on. What are you willing to give up in order to learn a new language? Because you have limited time and resources. And that's something that I can't help you with, right? You have to answer that yourself. Many of us don't have the ability to drop life and go to the country and culture and learn the language that we're trying to speak. So, to recap, number one, you have to commit yourself. Whenever and wherever you can. Number two, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice. Always. Morning, noon, and night. As much as you can. Number three, I'll tone it down. Let go of your ego. You're a new language learner. It's okay. Now, if you want one thing that encompasses all three of these things, take a class at a local junior college. You will fork over a couple $100, a couple days and a couple hours each week. Sit your ass in a seat. That, my friends, is commitment. It will do a number of things. You're going to be learning with your colleagues at the same level of proficiency, hopefully. You're going to be not stuck in a certain subject matter or chapter. It's going to move your processes forward, right? And lastly, it's going to teach you proper grammar with immediate feedback. You're going to get that pronunciation. It's going to be right there. Now, I see that I'm running out of time. So with that, I wish you the best of luck in your language learning journey. I wish you gracias, merci, xie, namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Wade.